our contestant, Robyn Young. Robyn Young.
Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and especially Michael. What a privilege it was to hear you speak here this afternoon. You floated a very inspirational message to us on the wings of mechanical engineering failure. I loved how you brought that message to us in a way that you wrapped your confidence in a calmness and a centeredness with a clarity that we can relate to in all its subtlety. Someone who does that very, very well is Barack Obama. And you used a number of elements in your presentation here today that he uses in his speeches as well. The first of which was your use of contrast, when you started saying the overwhelming impact of failure was the first contrast. Then you started talking about equality and inequality and contrasted that again. And then you moved very swiftly into another element that Barack Obama uses very successfully, which is his use of triads. And that is when we repeat something 3 times in order for us to get the rhythm, in order for us to become more memorable and to be more persuasive. And examples of that is when you said sunshine, soil, and rain. When you said heat, pressure, and transformation. All beautiful examples of triads. And the third thing that you did particularly well, that Barack Obama does too, is his use of anaphora, which takes the triad up another level, and how you repeated the phrase, how many times? You said it once. How many times? You said it twice. And how many times? You said it for a third time, embedding your message for all of us. What you might want to consider, Michael, in future moments is when you do your speech to make more conscious use of the stage. Perhaps when you started your story in the center, the unity of the family, then moved across to deliver the expectations that the family had of you on one side, and then spoke to us about your failures at UCT, perhaps on the other side. And then, when you got the phone call from your father, perhaps included some vocal characterization using his voice saying, "My son, we know you failed." And then bring it back to the unity in the center of the stage again with his acceptance of you. And that brings me to my final point about how you may want to have bookended your speech with your opening words, "The future is such a unifying force." We may then, I beg your pardon, failure is such a unifying force. We may then have had the opportunity to come full circle with you. So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, we heard from Michael what a beautiful way it is to bring across contrast, to bring across triads, to bring across anaphora, and then perhaps his use of stage may have helped solidify that message a little more. But listening to your speech was like opening that last bag of popcorn, delicious, subtle, and flavorful. Thank you very much, Michael.